In this video, we'll show you how you can schedule a screening call for yourself or for someone else, for a different recruiter, via your own ATS lever. So let's say we have Lisa Lee, who is a candidate for the account manager role, and you want to move her to the first stage screening interview. So instead of requesting availability, what you will do is directly email the candidate with a scheduling link based on your availability so that they can use it to schedule their interview directly. So you might have some templates set up. Now we'll choose this one. And what you'll do then is create the link with the extension of Chronify. And there's two ways of doing it. So the first one is to start from a recent request. More in that you can find on a separate video, but this is basically if you do high bulk or schedule similar type of interviews so that it copies the details of a recent request so you don't have to fill it in again. For now, we'll create one from scratch to show you what it looks like. So in this case, either if you're scheduling it for yourself or maybe for a different recruiter, the page is going to be the same. As you can see here, the candidate information is already pulled in here, and all you need to do is check if the meeting details are correct. So is it indeed the standard 30 minutes? If you want to change the invitation title, you can. And then also if you want to trigger the feedback form, what you can do is add the tag. Once you've added the tag, when the interview is done, the feedback form will be triggered in Lever. And the other thing that you will have to look at is how you want to share availability. So there's three different ways. The one we recommend is working hours because this gives the most availability to a candidate. Now, let's say you want to have this screening call and offer slots in the next 3 days that are available. What we do is take your working hours from 9 to 5 and look at which slots in those working hours are free in your calendar, and those slots will be shared with the candidates. If you want to work in a different way, for example, you have custom blocks that you allocate for interviews. So let's say every Monday afternoon and every Wednesday morning you have interviews. You can also select specific blocks or even times if you want to have those interviews. So we will only look at availability during these green blocks in the calendar of yourself or the person you're scheduling for. So you can also select to choose to override calendar availability if that's needed. So let's say you have a block in your calendar, or maybe the other recruiter has a block, but you know that it's a block for interviews, so it can be overwritten. Then you can also use that function to override it. As you can see, there are still a couple of gray areas here. And the one thing that you cannot override are other interviews scheduled with Chronify, just to avoid double bookings. Now, the last option is specific slots. So this is especially helpful if you have agreed on a specific time maybe already, or if you want to manage your calendar a bit more based on specific times, you can add any options that you want to offer right here. As you can see, now let's do for 2 days. And again, you can choose to share these slots, and we still look at your calendar and if you have free times in these slots, or you can choose to override it. So that is up to you. In this case, let's say we don't allow rescheduling and we just offer these 2 slots as an example. So we'll create the invitation link. You can add it in here and send it to the candidate. What the candidate will receive is a booking form, as you can see with the 2 slots we've selected. And once they select one and confirm, both yourself as the interviewer and the candidate will receive an email notification and also an invitation for your calendar. And if you, let's see, refresh the page, then you will also see that the interview is being reflected in the candidate profile in Lever. And that's how you can schedule a screening call for yourself or for a different recruiter.